Hi everyone, it's Amber with Rabbit Wheel Studio, and I wanted to make a video real quick today since my first Rhinestone hoop collection is dropping today. Just wanted to let you know kind of how I make them and why they're priced the way they are. Anyway, y'all know about sectional hoops. I just started making those. I don't have a drill press yet, so they're not interchangeable 100% yet. That's my goal for the next drop, hopefully. Anyway, so you know what a sectional is, how I make them and everything. But the way I get rhinestones are in several different ways. I get them in, well, I've already cut this one down, but great big rolls of sheets. I also get, let's see, oh, of course I don't have it here, there. I'm not good at this editing video things. Anyway, so it comes in, God, I'm not prepared. Like big rolls that unroll like this, sheets, and then I have to use my little rotary cutter and cut them down into strips. There's like the little leftover pieces from the strips I've cut. Sometimes they come in rolls that look similar to hoop tape. However, see how they're like this wide, which is great if it didn't have rows of rhinestones. So rows of rhinestones are not going to, here's some of my strips that I've pre-cut. Rows of strips, rhinestones. While I would love to apply them like regular hoop tape, see, I'm going to have eventually gaps that form. And then, if you'll notice, when you get down, say, to the end of a section, I don't have a way to make a clean horizontal cut so that the sections will line up. So what I've had to do is, based on the diameter of the tubing, I determine how many rows of stones I have to cut. I do one outside strip so that it is continuous all the way around and will line up, and so it's a smooth look all the way from the outside, from the audience. And then when I first started, I was cutting little bitty strips because, hello, straight lines going around a curved object, that's a physics thing. It's kind of difficult. So when you're trying to, like, bend it, these don't want to, like, do things in nice ways and fit. So I started out by doing the outside strip, and then cutting little tiny strips that went from the edge of the outside strip to the other side, around the bottom, and it was like hundreds of these little bitty tiny strips, and that was taking me forever. So, it's cool. I was able to come up with some cool designs that way, but yeah, those are like going to end up being way more time consuming, which, you know, I have to charge more for that. So anyway, now what I do is I cut a wider strip on the outside based on, you know, 3/4 tubing, 5/8, 11/16. Some are 6 rows, 5 rows, 4 rows. And then on the outside edge, I start applying strips and line it up with the edge of the first one. And I have to trim the edges so that when they touch each other, they will stick to each other the best they can, not have great big gaps. And then if you'll notice, trying again to take something curved, I can't cut too many rows thick. Going down the sides, I think the biggest I can go is 4 rows wide. And then it starts bubbling. So it doesn't look very good. So I have to do multiple rows all the way around the length of each section to get that kind of uniform look, be able to have a flat horizontal connection so that the next piece can connect. But that's kind of it in a nutshell. I think I put it on the website because it comes in so many different varieties. Like, these are resin crystals. The adhesive backing is really thin, flexible, not quite as sticky. The stones, because they're lighter weight, they don't need a super, super strong adhesive. So unfortunately, the resin ones do tend to be a little more fragile. And then we've got glass crystals, which obviously are a little bit heavier, but the adhesive for them is also a lot thicker because they weigh more. This is my assumption. And it needs to have more of a base to keep them firmly held in, which what I have found out is these glass crystals tend to hold up a little bit better when you're, you know, not being dainty with your hoop and tossing it around. You know, I took it to the retreat, took several of them to retreat to test them out with all the guests there, and we could do walk the dog on a tile floor with the glass crystals, and it didn't seem to affect them at all. I would not recommend it on pavement, but, and then there's also the option of adding the clear tape and grip on the inside, which I recommend for the resin crystals just because they don't stay on quite as well. You have to be a little bit more gentle with them. So, please message me if you have any questions, comments, feedback. I need to know it all because, you know, this was just something fun I tried to see if it would work, and yay. Thanks, everybody.